You have the NIL deal. You talk about the guys coming here to eat a lot. I guess your overall reaction, just being a part of, I guess, Gainesville.
Yeah, no, I was super excited just because I always loved the food. They have one in VCU in Richmond, and me and my buddies, we would always go there in high school. So, and as you know, it's not that many canes in this region.
Second one? Maybe North
Second
Carolina.
one in NC, and
They
they just opened up a new one in Virginia too. So it was something I always wanted to be able to eat a lot. But once I moved here, it wasn't one, and then when I heard that it was moving here, and we know it took forever, but it's finally here, so I was super excited.
Switching on to the basketball side, 3-0 ACC play, first time since 2015, 2016. What's different from this year's team? I mean, obviously the players, the pieces are different from a roster perspective, but what's different with this team?
I think this year, like you said, the players and pieces, we're a lot deeper this year, and I think we got a lot of guys on our team that are willing and ready to respond, especially like in tough situations like on the road. As you saw versus Pitt, it was somewhat close with like 6 to 8 minutes left, and then on the road at Clemson too, and for us to just push through and win those games. And even you look at the Florida State game too, losing by so much. We've done a great job early on in the season just being able to respond. So that's been our main thing, is just trying to keep our composure in these games, because we know at UNC we get everybody best shot. And I think we're doing a good job of it.
Hubert talked yesterday about, in those crunch time moments you mentioned, the players kind of leading the charge. Who are those specific voices that kind of stick out in those crunch time moments?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely say me, RJ, and Cormac, we're the guys that probably have the most experience and have been there. And I think me and RJ do a good job of just making sure that everyone knows what's at stake, and to be like as sharp as possible, limit the turnovers and those things, especially towards the end of the game. And I think Cormac is just always fired up and getting us going. So his voice is something here all throughout the game.
What's some of the craziest Cormac interactions that you can think on early on?
Oh man, there's so many. I mean, he hit the big shot on Saturday and then rolled his ankle, and I'm thinking, okay, he's gone for the rest of the game, and he just pops up out of nowhere in his plan. And I mean, I remember even before the game, just him firing us up, like, I mean, it's just so great having a guy like him.
Is that something you think was maybe missing from last year's run? Just, personality-wise, Cormac is kind of different from you and RJ. It's a little bit louder, vocal.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got a lot of personalities in the locker room this year. I think last year we all were kind of just like chill guys, stuff like that. But we got a lot of different personalities that all match up together, and I think it's been working for us.
You talked about over the summer, you kind of telling RJ, basically giving him the reins.
Yeah.
This is your team. What made you come to that realization? I mean, you've been the face of this program for a while. You're, preseason All-America almost every year. Seems like, what kind of made you think you needed to have that conversation with him?
I mean, I knew in order for us to get to where we're at now and to get to this point, like, it would have to be led by somebody like RJ, a dynamic scorer, guard. And I mean, you look at all the great NCAA teams, all the teams that win championships, they're led by great guards. And I think just where RJ playing, what he's been doing has been great. And I mean, it's something that I think the people within the building and in the team knew that RJ was just great. And I mean, this year he finally get to be able to run his own show. And I think we've been seeing kind of what RJ's had since he's been here.
Is it fair to say that, I don't want to say a backseat role, but you've taken a passenger seat role with this year's team, kind of allowing RJ to be the player and Cormac to kind of be the vocal leader?
Yeah, not for sure. And I mean, it's been great because Cormac has stepped up tremendously. I mean, you look at Harrison too. We got a bunch of different guys. We got a great team this year and a lot of guys that can do multiple things, and I think that's great. And I mean, ultimately, we all came here wanting to win, and we got a lot of guys that come from situations where they didn't win. And I think the main thing and the great thing about this team is no one cares who gets the credit. We all just want to win, and I think that's the main thing.
To get back on NIL, in the summer you did the partnership with Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. Y'all did a donation to the local was it middle school, right?
Yeah.
So in general, like moments like this, what do you enjoy most from these types of moments, interacting with the fans and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the main thing, just interacting with the fans and being able to see them in a more intimate setting. A lot of the times when I'm seeing fans is before the game, and I got 20 to 30 people trying to talk to me, get autographs, so it's not as easy. But it's moments like these where I'm just here to be able to interact with the fans that I think is great.
And I know you really just got started here, but like, do you have kind of like a most memorable moment, or like maybe it was that one fan who saw you just started crying? Like, is there something like that?
Well, actually yesterday at the game, I went to go talk to my old roommate Shaylin, and one of the fans just like shushed everybody and was like, Armando Bacot is right here. And I just always think it's so funny to like see people like look at me in a certain way, like I guess I'm somewhat famous, because I don't really like. It's crazy to me to think that, and I mean, I feel like I'm cool with so many people, and a lot of people is just like, from my friend's perspective, I'm just like Armando. You know what I mean?
Who was that roommate you said?
Shaylin,
Was that at IMG or when you're?
my roommate at UNC. He came to the
okay,
game.
cool.
He
Okay,
lived in
cool.
Charleston.
Nice. What's I guess a quick overview of Wednesday night? Obviously being a rival game. Kind of your thoughts looking forward to that matchup.
It's gonna be huge, and I mean we're going there with a chip on our shoulder, just being that the way we lost to them last time, and it was a pretty disrespectful loss, and you know how it gets over there. I'm pretty sure you were there, and
Yeah.
we know it's at stake, and if I'm not mistaken, they number 1 in the ACC, I guess.
Yeah, y'all tied 3-0.
Yeah, so it's a lot at stake.
What conversations have you had with, like you mentioned, the new pieces of what to expect in that arena? I mean, I guess Cormac's
Yeah.
played there, but he probably hasn't played in the environment that it's been like.
Well, we haven't really talked about it at all. Like, we've honestly been like just taking everything step by step, day by day. So we haven't even really spoken about this game. But come practice tomorrow, I'm gonna let the guys know. And I still think Harrison and all those new guys have no clue what they're gonna do. So it'll be fun to see how they react, especially early on in the game.